There's a new experience in Cayo Santa Maria called Santa Maria All In, and it actually goes beyond your resort. Guests staying at a resort in the area can visit three shared markets, with most food, drinks, and activities included. And I went to each one to get the full picture, including a visual walkthrough, what's included, what may cost extra, and how to get there. The Cayo Santa Maria destination is made up of three Cayos: Cayo Santa Maria, Cayo Ensenachos, and Cayo Las Brujas, and resorts across all three are included in the new all-in Santa Maria concept. Guests from any resort can visit all three markets and enjoy most of what's offered at no extra cost. So I went to each one to get the full picture. The first market I'm going to show you is the One Collection Boulevard, located in Cayo Las Brujas between the One Collection Hotel and Grand Aston. This market is best for the resorts mentioned, as well as the One Gallery in Villa Galé. I had seen this area before when I stayed at the Grand Aston Cayo Las Brujas in 2024, so if it looks familiar, that's why. It used to be a part of that hotel, but has since undergone some changes and updates, giving it a really fresh and clean look. I was excited to tour this area again and spend the day gathering details to share with you. And a big thank you to my friends at the One Gallery Resort for showing me around and sharing information and insights. As I walk around and show you the spa, which is not all in, but available at an extra charge, I will also explain the general rules of the Santa Maria All-In program, and we'll get back to what is all in at this market in a moment. As I mentioned earlier, all three markets are open to guests staying at any resort in the Cayo Santa Maria destination. Before this program launched, you could still visit the markets, but you had to pay for everything while you were there. Now, most things are included. With All In Santa Maria, you can visit any of the three markets and enjoy food, drinks, and activities like bowling at no extra cost. There are some instances where you will need to pay, but those are optional. Things like upgraded drinks, premium menu items, or spa services. At each market, I found at least one eatery offering an included food menu during the day. I ate at all three markets and didn't pay for my meals. Here's an example of what's included at Trattoria, the daytime restaurant at the One Collection Boulevard. I had the 4-cheese pizza with a cola, and my lunch companion ordered the grilled chicken breast. When it comes to drinks in this all-new concept, I found that water, soda, and select alcoholic beverages are included. In most cases, draft beer and bottled Perenda were free, while other options, like a can of Cristal, came at an extra charge. Premium liqueurs and specialty food items listed on the menu also cost extra, and those were usually clearly marked. I do want to mention that I did not have the premium package at the resort I was staying at, so I'm not able to confirm if premium drinks at the market are included for premium guests. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to ask before ordering. For entertainment, each market offers free options as well, including bowling, pool, ping pong, playgrounds, and discos. I will go into more detail about what's available at each market as we get there. The One Collection Boulevard has a bowling alley and is included in the All-In program. You can bowl as much as you want at no extra charge. At the time of my visit, the bowling alley was only open during the day, but I mentioned that this is something I'd personally use more in the evening. The host showing me around said that they would pass that feedback along and take it into consideration, so the hours could change in the future. What do you think? When would you most likely use the bowling alley? Leave a comment below. This market is also home to a disco, which is only open in the evenings. Both the bowling alley and disco are included in the All-In Santa Maria program. There are also a couple of restaurants here that are only open in the evenings. These are considered a la carte restaurants for the One Collection hotel guests, but they come at an extra cost for guests staying at surrounding resorts. The next market I'm going to show you is the Plaza Las Dunas. It's the smallest of the three markets, but has a more playful, family-friendly vibe. It's located between Cayo Santa Maria and Las Dunas. There's a pirate theme throughout, with a playground for kids and even a pirate ship-themed restaurant, which honestly, I couldn't resist trying. At the pirate ship restaurant, I had the chicken fingers and fries with a soda, and as part of the all-in program, it didn't cost me anything. While the chicken fingers weren't my favorite, I was still happy knowing it was included. In terms of activities, Plaza Las Dunas also has a bar with ping pong and pool tables, and there is also a small arcade. Just like the other markets, these are included under the same all-in rules, as long as you're not ordering premium drinks and specialty menu items. When I visited, all the plazas were fairly quiet, which makes sense since this is a new concept that launched in late 2025, and I found that the transportation options aren't clearly communicated, and I'll be telling you more about that a little later. But because of that, guests may not be aware of what's available yet, and that's really the reason for this video, to show the opportunities that exist. And because this program is still new and things may evolve, my best advice is to always ask before ordering if you're unsure if it's included. It never hurts to double check. The last market I'm going to show you is Plaza Gallery, which is located between the Royalton and Memories Paraíso, and it is also directly connected to Grand Memories and the Sanctuary at Grand Memories. This one ended up being my personal favorite, mostly because it's the largest of the three, has the most to offer, and it was within walking distance from the resort that I stayed at. I actually went to Plaza Gallery almost every day during my vacation because I enjoyed the walk, which also means this is the market I'm most familiar with. I will highlight some of what's available here in just a bit, but first, as I show you around, I'm going to tell you about some of the transportation options for getting to these markets. If you're staying at a resort that's connected to or beside a market, you can walk there, or in most cases, use the golf cart service provided by your resort. While I was staying at the Sanctuary at Grand Memories, we were able to utilize the golf cart drivers to get to the market nearest to us. I also asked at the One Gallery and One Collection resorts, and they confirmed that golf cart service is available for their guests heading to the One Collection Boulevard market as well. This is especially helpful if you plan on staying out later to enjoy the disco, the bars, or the bowling alley, and you don't want to worry about transportation back. One of the options for visiting the three markets is the panoramic double-decker bus. But I want to be completely honest here. The bus does exist, but right now it's not a clearly communicated option. When I asked at my resort about the bus, there wasn't much information available. At the time of my visit, there was no posted bus schedule like I'm used to seeing in resorts in Cayo Coco. I was told that my best bet would be to be in my resort lobby around 9 a.m. and just wait, and that a bus would eventually show up. I was also told that the last bus comes around 2 p.m. Because of that uncertainty, I'd recommend aiming for one of the first buses of the day if you plan on using it, to ensure you have enough time at the markets and you are not rushed. From what I was told, the bus costs $5 US, stops at all three markets and the resorts, and could be a fun way to explore if you're not on a tight schedule. Personally, I didn't take the bus this time. I wanted to visit multiple locations in one day and didn't want to rely on the uncertainty, so I hired a taxi instead. Taxis are an option, but they can get costly, especially if you're planning multiple stops or staying out late. I was also told that there is another bus that runs just between the markets and it costs $2 US per person, but during my stay I never personally saw it, and there wasn't a posted schedule, so it may exist, but I cannot confirm. Since information and policies can change, my best advice is to ask at your resort about your transportation options. I personally found my airline representative to be the most helpful when it came to getting clear answers. Now that we've covered transportation, let's get back to Plaza Gallery. One stop I highly recommend for lunch, and I personally visited 3 times during my week-long vacation, is Casa de la Miel. If you're coming from the Grand Memories Resort, it's the very first building on the left-hand side. And if you're walking in from the Royalton side, it will be the last building on your right. Casa de Miel offers a menu of included items along with a chef special that's available for a small extra charge. Sodas and water are also included here. I ordered the chicken fingers and fries from the included menu all 3 times I visited, so clearly I enjoyed them. I did order a can of Cristal one day, which cost me $2 US. Another great place to grab a free treat here is the ice cream shop. I had the chocolate ice cream twice, and it was delicious. Plaza Gallery also has a 24-hour beer and burgers garden. I didn't personally try it, but it sounded like a really fun place to hang out. I did ask someone there, and they confirmed that the burgers and drinks are included as long as you're ordering from the included menu. Parenda beer and a selection of standard liquors are included, while premium drinks come at an extra cost. Another popular spot at this market is the Piano Bar, which is known for its evening entertainment. I stopped in earlier in the day to film and gather information, but I heard from other guests that it's a great place to spend time at night. Same all-in rules apply, drinks are included unless you choose premium options. Plaza Gallery also has a bowling alley that's open 24 hours, and it also has pool tables. You can bowl or play pool as much as you'd like at no extra charge. At the time of my visit, the scoreboards for bowling weren't working, so it's more about playing for fun, and the space is there to enjoy. And there's also music in the evening. Drinks are included as long as you stick to the standard menu. I was able to get Cristal beer on draft at no charge, but a can of Cristal costs $2 US. There are quite a few restaurants here. Some offer lunch options while others are open for a la carte dinners. I was able to enjoy the Italian restaurant and also spend a fun evening at the Japanese restaurant. Both of these were included with my stay at the Sanctuary at Grand Memories. Beyond all of that, Plaza Gallery also has a cigar bar, a couple of shops where you can purchase things like alcohol, coffee, and pop, but I didn't see a huge selection of souvenirs. There's also a playground for kids, a disco where fun performances happen during the day, and a spa. The spa at Plaza Gallery is a beautiful place to relax and unwind. You can take a dip in the pool and book services like massages, hair treatments, manicures, pedicures, and body wraps, all available at an additional charge. I was told that guests staying at the Sanctuary at Grand Memories receive an automatic 20% discount on spa services, while guests with the premium package receive a 30% discount. I am unsure about the other resorts in the area. Appointments can be made directly at the spa or through your butler. And there's also a fitness center nearby, and that is included. Overall, I really enjoyed the Santa Maria all-in concept. Being able to explore beyond your resort and access multiple markets with so much included is a great addition to the destination. With a bit more clarity around transportation and more awareness for guests, I think this program has a lot of potential. I personally would love to see more vendors set up throughout the market grounds offering locally made goods and souvenirs. I think that would add even more excitement and give guests a chance to support local creators. Hopefully this video helped you understand how the all-in concept works. If you found it helpful, please like and subscribe. I also have a full room tour from my stay at the Sanctuary at Grand Memories, which you can check out next. Thanks for watching and happy travels!